Certainly, Israel has enormous influence in Washington. I would say too much influence. For Benjamin Netanyahu to go ahead and launch an attack on Iran, knowing that this would clearly tank the ongoing negotiations between Iran and the United States, and having the confidence that he would be able to, have the United States, the Trump administration, end up supporting him. He would only do such a thing if he knew that he had the amount of influence in the United States, in Washington, and in the administration that he does. This is not in any sense an equal partnership. The amount of freedom of action that Israel has to determine its own policies in ways that could negatively impact and have negatively impacted the United States is far beyond any other state. You have to just look at, the occupation itself. For years, decades, U.S. intelligence, U.S. diplomats have reported that U.S. support for the Israeli occupation, this is a source of hatred, not just of Israel, but of the United States, who is Israel's key patron. This impacts U.S. security, this impacts U.S. relationships in the region. The U.S. should have a normal relationship with Israel. We should end the double standard that Israel benefits from. It does matter to me that the United States is able to make a moral case for a set of rules and norms in the world that should be upheld by all countries, and not just a kind of system of might makes right. And I think that case has been just seriously damaged, not just by the Gaza war, but by decades of a double standard that the United States has upheld with Israel.
I'm sure innocents have been killed, but I have no confidence in the number that the Palestinians are using.
Americans understand the story of Israel from a social and religious standpoint in a way they don't many other countries in the Middle East. I'm speaking personally here. I grew up in the Christian church. The Old Testament was part of my Bible and my culture. I didn't really have any experience with the Quran or with other cultures in the Middle East. And I think that's really, really important to understand, as part of why the U.S. gives such strong support for Israel. But I think one of the assets that those of us who want a better policy also have is that, we have allies in Israel and in Palestine. Israelis who support human rights, Israelis who understand oppression of the Palestinians does not make them safe, does not lead to security, even for Israel. These are our partners. And I think that, working together in solidarity with Israelis and Palestinians is one of the ways that Americans are going to change our policy.